The sun hung low over the silent grounds of Arlington National Cemetery, casting long golden shadows across the stone pathways. The tomb of the unknown soldier stood in perfect stillness, guarded by the rhythmic steps of a single tomb guard, his movements precise and disciplined, each heel click echoing like thunder in the quiet. Tourists watched in awe, their whispers silenced by the sacredness of the place. But that morning, something felt off. A black SUV with tinted windows rolled to a stop near the restricted zone, a place where no unauthorized vehicle ever parked. A man in a dark suit stepped out, his gait sharp, his expression cold. He flashed a badge that bore the unmistakable seal of Federal Bureau of Investigation. The guard didn't flinch, didn't break his ceremonial pace, but his eyes narrowed slightly. The agent's hand lingered near his waist, and in that moment, the tension in the air thickened like a storm brewing on the horizon. People around sensed something wasn't right. A mother instinctively pulled her child closer. A veteran watching from the steps stiffened his spine. The wind blew softly through the cemetery trees, but the agent's stare remained locked on the guard as if measuring him up for something far darker than a routine inspection. Without warning, the agent's hand moved fast. In one smooth motion, a gun glinted in the sunlight, a weapon now pointed directly at the tomb guard's chest. Gasps rippled through the crowd like a wave. The guard froze for only a heartbeat, then slowly shifted his stance, not with fear, but with the trained calm of a soldier who understood that even seconds could mean the difference between chaos and control. "Step aside," the agent barked, his voice sharp, cracking through the silence. But the guard didn't step aside. His duty was clear. No threat, no person, no force on earth was allowed to breach the sacred ground he protected. Tourists backed away, some fumbling for their phones, others too shocked to move. A security alert quietly triggered deep within the tomb's surveillance system, sending silent pings to undisclosed locations. What neither the crowd nor the agent fully grasped at that moment was that the tomb guard wasn't just standing alone. Every inch of this ground was wired for rapid response. Every step the agent took was already being tracked. And within a classified perimeter not far away, men in black wetsuits, trained for operations most would never hear about, were already mobilizing. The agent smirked, confident in the weight of the badge and the power of his gun. "You don't understand who you're dealing with," he hissed. The guard didn't answer. His training forbade him from engaging in verbal conflict, but his silent defiance screamed louder than any word. It was the kind of courage only carved through years of relentless discipline. Slowly, the guard shifted his ceremonial rifle, not aggressively, but in a subtle, defensive maneuver. The crowd was now at a safe distance, but the atmosphere had turned electric, like a wire pulled too tight. Suddenly, a faint click echoed from the trees beyond. A shadow moved on the rooftop. Then another, and another. To the untrained eye, it looked like nothing. But to those who knew, it was the silent dance of operators, men who lived in the realm of precision. 30 seconds. That's all it took for the calm of ceremony to turn into the heat of an invisible battlefield. Unbeknownst to the agent, the area had already been locked down by a rapid reaction team from United States Navy SEALs, men who didn't ask questions, men who didn't miss. It happened in a heartbeat. The air around the tomb seemed to shift as three figures emerged from cover, rifles raised, eyes laser-focused. Another two appeared behind the SUV, their boots silent on the stone, their faces covered, their movements flawless. Before the agent could react, a calm, commanding voice rang out, "Drop the weapon." The gun in the agent's hand twitched slightly, but his eyes widened as he realized what he was up against. These weren't regular officers. They were ghosts in human form, elite warriors with years of battlefield experience. The tomb guard didn't move, but now he was no longer alone. The SEAL team formed a perfect tactical circle around the agent, cutting off every escape. A tourist whispered, "Oh my God," and someone else began to cry softly. The agent's finger hovered over the trigger, but the overwhelming presence of trained precision broke through his arrogance like glass shattering. He slowly lowered the gun, his breath coming fast and uneven. One of the SEALs stepped forward, voice flat but sharp as a blade. "You just made the biggest mistake of your career." The moment the weapon clattered onto the ground, the SEALs moved like a single organism. In less than 3 seconds, the agent was on his knees, hands bound, his badge confiscated. A black SUV, this one government issued for real, rolled up, and higher-ranking officers stepped out, their faces grave. The crowd was ushered back with care, and the tomb guard resumed his post without a single word, his pace steady, his rifle precise. The world might have just witnessed a near tragedy, but to him, duty never paused, not for danger, not for drama. As the agent was escorted away, whispers spread like wildfire, but the guard's eyes remained forward. The seals melted back into the shadows just as fast as they'd appeared, leaving no trace of their presence but the echo of their authority. In the end, the sacred ground remained untouched, the line unbroken. The silent message lingered in the air: anyone who dared threaten this tomb would face not just a guard, but an entire unseen shield of steel, discipline, and unwavering loyalty. And somewhere deep in the secure command post, a single report was logged with precision: threat neutralized in 30 seconds.